Hello, and welcome to the Vlogging Pod. The White House is often seen as a symbol of American stability, but history shows that it has been anything but untouched. Originally completed in 1800, it survived a British attack and fire in 1814, underwent significant structural reconstruction under President Harry Truman in the late 1940s due to fears of collapse, and has since undergone renovations to preserve both safety and historical integrity. Because of this, the White House is recognized as a historic property with unique federal significance. While it's not required to follow the same local permitting rules as private construction in Washington, D.C., it is still expected to follow established standards of planning, transparency, and review under federal practice when major structural work is undertaken. That is why a recent development has raised concern. Reports confirm that this current administration began demolition and construction work inside the White House complex before submitting plans for federal review. Demolition reportedly began in the East Wing as preparation for a large ballroom expansion. However, plans for this construction had not yet been submitted to the National Capital Planning Commission, the federal agency that oversees construction involving federal properties in Washington, D.C. When questioned, the White House stated that those plans would be submitted, but by the time the statement was made, demolition was already underway. What raises even more questions is that the project is reportedly being funded by undisclosed private donors rather than through a congressional appropriation. That raises immediate concerns regarding oversight, accountability, and who may be financially influencing access to one of the most secure federal locations in the nation. Members of Congress have now requested detailed information regarding the project. Lawmakers have asked for documentation about the construction timeline, who authorized the demolition, the identities of private donors involved in funding the project, and the names of contractors granted access to restricted areas of the White House. Without full transparency, there is no way to determine whether safety standards are being followed, whether national security protocols are being observed, or whether any outside influence is being exerted over a federal site that belongs to the American people. If construction can begin without review, and if funding can come from private individuals whose identities are withheld, then it sets a dangerous precedent not only for federal property management, but for public trust in government transparency. Today's sources come from White House says it will submit ballroom plans for review with demolition already underway. Reuters. House Democrats request details on White House ballroom for President Trump. CBS News. White House State Ballroom, Wikipedia. Thank you for listening. Until next time, bye-bye.